We did just finish NA East before the break, and one of those players who qualified actually said, hey, I want to come on the show. We said, come on in here, pronounce their name for me, because I butchered it 5 times already.
Well, I butchered it a ton too, had to ask him, and I felt bad because I've seen a ton of it, but we're going to be joined here by Lunez.
All right, what's up? It's Lunez. I live in Toms River, New Jersey, and I play professional Fortnite for a living. My name I got from when I first started streaming. I wasn't really set on my name, and then eventually I put my name into a random name generator, like a Twitch name generator. I just put like my actual name, Matthew Melendez, into that, and then it gave me something weird that I didn't like, but it was like close to Lunez, and I just switched around the letters, and like Lunez actually rolled off the tongue pretty nice. So yeah. All right, so I started my first memory of gaming was I have no idea what the game was, but my dad was playing it when I was like 3 years old or something on the computer, and I remember the training mission, and it was really cool, and I had to throw a grenade into a box. That's literally the only thing I remember about that game. And then next year my dad got, what is it called, Super Mario Sunshine, and I beat that game within the first week, and then just from then on it was just nonstop just playing games. I went from playing Super Mario Sunshine, then the Xbox came out, I played the Punisher games, I played a whole bunch of killing games, and I got into a bunch, action just turned into my genre of game. And then after that, I really got into gaming around the time that Call of Duty came out. Call of Duty 4, I was a nut, literally just insane, quickscoping everybody. Nobody could kill me. I was insane. Then Modern Warfare 2 came out, and I was dropping nukes every game, and I tried making my first YouTube video because I saw all these people doing it. I didn't know how they do it. I was 11 years old or something, and then I put my camera up on a tripod while my friends were at my house, and I recorded myself playing and getting a nuke, and then I voiced it over right next to where I just recorded on the tripod, and it looked so bad, and at the time, I didn't realize, but I was a pretty big squeaker, and I immediately took down that video. I was so embarrassed, it looked so bad. I got into PC gaming around when Minecraft came out. I played on pretty much Xbox all my life. I hated PS4. I was never into the PS4. And then Minecraft came out. I had a little dingy laptop. Pretty much just grinded out Minecraft for the next 2 years. And then after that, I started upgrading my computer, and I really got into what's it called, CS:GO, then Overwatch, and then Fortnite, and I was pretty big into the comp scenes in all those games. I started streaming around June or July, I think, and at that time it was very sporadic. It was I would stream once a week, maybe even once a month. And I did that, and I kept that going up until September, and that's when I really started grinding it, and I kind of realized I was kind of nuts at Fortnite. So I was always dropping 20 bombs, 25 kill games, and then just from then on, I was I never really had the plan to stick with it and make that my thing, and then people were motivating me. Shout out to you. Yeah, people were motivating me. And then just, I don't know, I stuck with it. Pretty much that, in September is when I started becoming a full-time streamer. And I've been streaming pretty much every day since then. I think since September I've had maybe a total of a week off of streaming. And that's about it. And the pro gamer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so within the Fortnite scene, there's two different types of pro gamers that people are seen as. So you have the pro gamers who are pros because they're signed to a team. People think that that's what it takes to be a pro. You get signed to a team. And then you have people who think that your earnings are what makes you a pro. So I'm still a free agent. I'm not signed to a team, but I personally consider how you play in tournaments. If you do well, that's what makes you a pro in my eyes, not just being signed to a team. So I personally think that I became a pro during Winter Royale when I got in, because that was the first invitational event, or not invitational, qualification event, and I qualified for it, and I earned money during the Winter Royale. So I think that's when I like first considered myself like kind of a pro, but like not really. And then I think yesterday when I qualified for World Cup, that's like what like really solidified me being a pro Fortnite player. So the World Cup, it's a $30 million Fortnite tournament. And just for qualifying for this tournament, I got $50,000. Like bare minimum, I can come in last place, I get $50,000. If I come in first place, I get $3 million. The tournament takes place like across like EU, like East Coast, West Coast of like the United States, like OCE, Brazil, everywhere. It's everywhere, Asia, everywhere. So in every region, there's a different amount of people that can qualify. Like for West, there's 2 people that qualify for solos. For East, there's 6 people that qualify, and for EU, there's 8. And like I don't know the rest, but I wound up being one of the people in the top 6, like that have played this game and gotten like this far, who actually qualified. I don't really remember much of it. I was just sitting there like so scared, but basically, after my first 6 games, I had around like 53 points, and like I was top 10 I think at the time, or top like 6. So I was pretty much like I was like in the qualification event if nobody else earned any more points, and I started freaking out, like realizing that I could actually do this and I could actually qualify. So I was in a Discord call with a bunch of my friends, like just for the tournament, like the whole thing, just because like we were all like messing around, like which was whatever. And then when it actually got time to be serious, I hit up my duo and I told him that like I need him to calm for me. So he joined the Discord call and he pulled up my stream, and like we figured out the delay, and the last game like he helped me stay calm and like work through it and just get the final 5 points that I needed to qualify. So I had 53 points. It wound up being 58 to qualify, which means I only needed 15th place, and I didn't need to get any kills. So he like was the one that was telling me like, don't even go for kills, just get these placement points. You just have to stay alive for a little bit. And that's exactly what I did. And then I got the 15th place, and then I died, but it still wound up being enough to qualify. And then after that, like it was still very sketchy if 58 was going to be enough to qualify or not. So I was just sitting there. I had my shirt off during the stream. I was hot. Like I was so nervous. And then my old duo, Electra, she called me, and she was trying to cheer me up. She was telling me that like her entire stream was watching. And then like literally like a minute after she called me, like she said it was like 7:25, which is when like the cutoff was for all of the games. So I refreshed the page and I was in the top 6. I freaked out. Like I ran outside, got my mom, got my sister, got everybody. We all came back up. Like I was just sitting here in disbelief that I literally just actually did the thing that I've been grinding for like for the past however long. I don't really like think I'm even gonna like spend much of it at all. I'm pretty much just planning on keeping like maybe like 4,000 to myself to like do whatever with. Like I want to finish my sleeve, but I think I'm just gonna do that, and then I'm just gonna hold on to it, and the rest of it I'm just planning on investing it. Just be smart with it. Honestly, like my inspiration, as much as I'm gonna hate to admit this, it's probably like my friends Onion, Cubsy, Arab, Arab, Bloody, like people like that, like the people that I played with, like we would always like, am I allowed to curse? Yeah. All right, we would always like bullshit with each other and like just like we would always be competitive. Like if they would do better than me during the semifinals, and like during the finals I would do better than them, and like they would say that they were better than me, and like I was like, no you're not, bro, like nobody's better than me, you know? So then they like constantly like push me. I never wanted them to do better than me ever, especially Onion and Bonesy. No, they were not allowed to do it. So then they like were just constantly like pushing me to like do better. And then as far as like the pros that I looked up to, it was pretty much like people like Bizzle, 72, Poach, Vivid. Like there's a lot of people that I looked up to in like the pro like Fortnite scene. But I think Bizzle's the biggest one, honestly. Like after every tournament that he played, like he qualified early. Like I was going over his VODs, like I was trying to copy his play style. I think he was one of my biggest inspirations. In 5 years, I have no idea where I'm gonna be. This is like still like a pretty like volatile industry. Like nobody really knows what's gonna happen to it. and nobody knows if Fortnite's going to be around for the next 5 years. So before I even qualified, I was planning on going back to college and getting a degree. And like now that I qualified, like everybody's telling me like don't do that. And I still think it's a smart idea to do, especially now that I qualified, because I have the money to go to college and not have to pay any student loans. Like I have the opportunity that like a lot of people don't have. And that's something I want to do. Like if I want to like do that, but I still want to stream on the side, and I still want streaming to be like my main thing. But just in case something happens to streaming and it's not like something I can do in the future, I want to have that backup plan. The advice is like it's such a hard question to answer, because I did something that like in all reality was pretty stupid. When I started streaming, I had like no viewers. I wasn't really making any money. And then I quit my job and I started full-time streaming, even though I was bringing in like no money. And it was pretty much only possible by one guy who basically funded my life for like 4 or 5 months until like I actually like had like a decent little following and like I was able to make money by myself. And if it wasn't for him, I don't think I would have been able to do what I did. But I mean, as far as advice goes, like I would say, like if you're trying to get into streaming, like I would say like try to keep it on the side. Unless you're young, then you could just full-time it, whatever, because who cares? Like you're not going to be working a job. But yeah, I mean, I would just keep it on the side until like you have like that following and like you actually are making money. Then I think it would be smart to actually like get into full-time streaming, you know? So like the streaming thing, it's like a lot of people want to do it. Like who doesn't want to sit there and play video games like for a job? Like it's awesome. So like there's a lot of people that want to get into it, but like if you're going to start streaming and you're just going to sit there and you're going to play without a face cam, without like a background, like no mouse cam, like you're literally just streaming your gameplay, and like if you're streaming like average gameplay with no face cam, with no nothing, like your entertainment value is not there and you're not going to keep your viewers. Like you need to be different from what everybody else is if you want to make it in this industry. I went into streaming with the mentality of like any money that I got from streaming, I was going to put back into my stream, and I've like kept true to that. Like I have, from the money that I've gotten from streaming, I've bought 2 PCs. I've upgraded my setup like so many times. I have new webcams, new lights, like new monitors. Literally my entire setup has changed. Like if you go into any of my videos from like a month or 2 ago, you can literally see that like how big of a difference it is. My entire room is different. Like I have my dream setup. It's actually insane.
Lunez.
One of those final spots. Buddy, how you doing? How you feeling right now? Got the big smile on your face.
I'm feeling pretty awesome, honestly. I really wasn't expecting this to happen at all.
So what were you expecting then? Because we've seen you around the competitive scene. You've been kind of right towards the top, but haven't really been able to break into that upper echelon. However, with each one of these cups and each one of the weeks, you've been climbing higher and higher. How did you manage to get into that top 6?
I mean, after like I played the first couple of games just like normally. I was just going for kills, going for placement, and then eventually in my last 3 games, I had like 53 points from my last 3 or 4 games, I think. And then I just started landing on ballers. Just looting a little bit and then just getting mats and trying to play for placement, because I figured that I would only need a couple points to actually qualify. So that's all I did. I just went for placement points my last 4 games.
Yeah, I know. We saw you get to a solid lead there, able to kind of get the eliminations, play your game, and then adjust to what else was going on, noticing that a lot of the ballers were getting those points. So one thing I want to ask you, what did you do in the final moment? The second you realized you were qualified and you're done, did you jump into a Discord call? Did you run around your house? Did you do some jumping jacks? You just kind of sit there and stare at your screen? What was that like?
Well, waiting for the to find out if I qualified, I was so scared. I was freaking out. And then the second that it came on stream, I got into a call with all of my friends. I jumped up, ran downstairs, got my sister, got my mom, got everyone into my room, and I was freaking out. It was awesome.
And now you used to have Twitch in your name. Then you switched to Thick Boy. As a fellow Thick Boy, do you think that was the reason why you qualified this week?
I definitely do think so, yeah.
Lunez, that's so awesome, man. Congratulations. I'll give you the floor right now. Give yourself some shout outs, any thanks you have for anyone out there.
I mean, I just want to say thank you to all my friends who've like pushed me to grind, all the people who've been supporting me and my stream this entire time that I've been doing this. Like, if it wasn't for them, I don't think today would have happened. They pushed me to scrim. They pushed me to do everything that I've done.
Hey, you love to see that. A great supporting cast around you. Congratulations again. We'll be seeing you, sir, in New York City for the World Cup Finals. Have a great one, all right, pal? Another great story here, Sundown, of everyone able to qualify. It's a life-changing opportunity.
Yo, what's up? It's Lunez, and you're now rocking with RebleTV. Gang.
Yes. Yes.
Good?